Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about synthetic division. Synthetic division is so fast, it's awesome. It goes significantly faster than long division, but it's restricted in when it can be used. It can only be used if the divisor is of the form of x minus c. Okay, so notice there is nothing in front of the x, no coefficient. X is not raised to any power. C can be positive or negative, so that would be divisors that look like x minus 3 or x plus 1. Anything that looks like that is a nice candidate for synthetic division. We can call these factors linear factors. Okay. It's really important that a placeholder of 0 is used when a term is missing. And like long division, we are going to also use standard form. So we want to write our terms in the correct order. All right, so let's start this process. When we're looking at synthetic division, it's set up a little bit differently. We put a value in the box here, and that value is what would make the divisor 0. So we can just say x minus 3 equals 0. In other words, x would equal 3. So 3 is the value that goes in the box. Then, assuming that we are in standard form, and I notice here that I go 3, 2, 1, constant. That means that I'm going to just write the coefficients to each of my terms next to this 3, but outside the box. So the coefficient to the x cubed is 1. The coefficient to the x squared is 4. The coefficient to the x term is negative 5. And the constant term is 5. All right, so this is the setup to synthetic division. Now the process, we're going to take the first term and just bring it down. Once we have the first term down, we're going to multiply that first term by the number in the box. That product will be 3. Okay, once I have multiply that, I'm going to add it to what it is falling underneath. So that 3 adds to the 4 becomes 7. Now I'm going to the 7 and multiply it by what's in the box, and that's going to be 21. I'm going to add it to what's above it. It's negative 5, and I'm going to get what? 21 minus 5 is 16. I'm going to take that 16 and multiply it by what's in the box. It's going to become 48. Going to add that 48 to the 5, I'm going to get 53. This does not look at all like what our result was when we used long division. So what we need to do now is to interpret our answer as a polynomial. So here's how we interpret this. This is the remainder. This is the constant. This is the x term. And this is the x squared term. If there were more terms, they would become higher powers of x. All right, so now we will write our answer as x squared plus 7x plus 16 plus 53 divided by our divisor, which is x minus 3. Okay, let's do another example here. All right, what's going to go in the box of our next example? Well, let's go ahead and set this equal to 0, and we can say that x is going to equal negative 6. Now we're going to place our coefficients in order with our terms being ordered from highest degree to least degree. So let's just quickly just do that. X to the 4th minus 6x cubed plus x squared minus 6x. Do you see something missing? Our constant term is missing, so I need to place that in there. All right, let's go ahead and put our coefficients in the correct order. So we would have a 1, a -6, a 1, -6, and a 0. Start by bringing down the first digit. Okay, so we have a 1. I'm going to take that 1 and multiply by the -6. I'm going to get -6. I'm going to add that to the -6 above it. I'm going to have -12. -12 times -6 is 72. 72 plus that 1 is 73. I'm going to take that 73 and multiply it by -6. Ooh, -438. -438 plus -6 is going to be -444. And then I'm going to multiply that thing by -6. I think that's 2,664. And I'll go ahead and add that down here. All right, so let's go ahead and interpret now. This is my remainder. This is my constant. This is my x term, my x squared term, and my x cubed term. So we're going to have an x cubed minus 12x squared plus 73x minus 444 plus 2,664 divided by x plus 6. All right, last example here. What goes in the box? Well, it's going to be the same thing as what went in the first box. X minus 3 is equal to 0, so that means 3 goes in the box. But look, there's a lot of things missing here. So let's think about this as we place things in the right order. So I have a 1x to the 4th, 0x cubed, 0x squared, a -27x, and a 0 for my constant. So constant x, x squared, x cubed, x to the 4th. Okay, we're in good shape. All right, so what do we do first? Oh, I heard you. Yes, we're going to bring down that first term. Now we're going to multiply that by what's in the box. It's going to be 3. Let's go ahead and add that together with the 0. That's going to give us 3. Multiply that by what's in the box. I get 9. Add that to that 0 on top of it. We still have a 9. Multiply that by the 3. That gives us 27. Add that to the -27. That gives us a 0. And then multiply that by the 3. That gives us 0. And add that together. We get a 0. All right, and so let's interpret. This is the remainder, the constant, the x term, the x squared term, and the x cubed term. So we have x cubed plus 3x squared plus 9x. And that's all we need to write down because the rest are zeros. Okay, that takes care of synthetic division, and I'll see you next time.